Hello there, and welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. So, today we are covering a very important topic. We're talking about the secret to emotional eating, something that a lot of my clients, when I work with them, they're very often wondering, what is the secret weapon to finally ending your struggle with emotional eating. Now, emotional eating can feel like a never ending struggle. You know that it's not good for you, but it's kind of hard to break the cycle. And it feels like emotional eating is controlling your life. You try to diet or cut out certain foods, but you always end up going back to your old habits. Activated mindfulness using EFT tapping sound baths can actually help you finally break free from your emotional eating struggles. And when you are in an activated mindful state, you can respond to thoughts and emotions in a much healthier way. Now, there are many ways to practice activated mindfulness. So find what works for you, and then you're able to stick with it. So I have a lot of really cool topics to be covering with you guys today. So are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. And feel free, of course, to put your messages and any questions that you have in the chat. All right, let's go. Here's what we're covering today. Number one, you are not alone in your struggle with emotional eating. Number two, there is a secret weapon that can help you finally end your struggle. Number three, the secret weapon is activated mindfulness with EFT tapping sound baths. Fourth topic we're covering is activated mindfulness and how it can actually help you become aware of your thoughts and emotions. Fifth, when you're actually in this activated mindful state, how you can respond to those thoughts in a healthier way. Six, there are many ways to actually practice activated mindfulness, but I'm going to cover with you three easy ways. And finally, trying EFT tapping activated mindfulness, it actually could be the end. So let's go. Number one, struggle with emotional eating. Allow me to explain. There are men that struggle with emotional eating, looking to lose weight, food addiction, and food craving. So often, even if it's not really talked about very much, I don't ever want you to feel alone. Number two, there is an actual secret weapon that can help you finally end your struggle. And I know in this information day and age, very often there are tons of information out there all the time. But there's only so much information that has been scientifically proven to work. The key is custom tailoring and finding out what works for you. Which brings us to activeness as your secret weapon. Using EFT tapping sound baths. Explain for those of you that are unfamiliar. EFT tapping has been clinically proven to work for food addiction, depression, anxiety, food cravings, and sound baths have also been proven to work for pain, anxiety, and depression. So when you have someone actually guide you through this and learn what you should be looking for, your world, which helps you stop overeating and giving into food cravings. Activated mindfulness can help you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions that are triggering you into giving into food cravings, binge eating, and emotional eating. And when you become aware, it's like you have a guard at the gate in the corner of your mind that says, you shall not pass, meaning the food in your mouth. When you're in an activated mindful state, you are able now, because you're aware, you're able to respond to emotions and thoughts in a way as opposed to looking up and finding out that you are elbow deep in a bag of chips or wrist deep in a pint of ice cream. Now, my next point is that there are actually many ways to practice activated mindfulness, but here are the three easy ones: body scan, EFT tapping sound baths, or a sitting meditation. And allow me to say something about a sitting meditation. I talk to so many people that often they think that because they had thoughts knocking at their noggin during their meditation, that they're not doing it right. If you're having thoughts during a sitting meditation, you are doing it exactly right. But what can help you is actually learning how to try using EFT tapping sound baths to achieve that activated mindfulness. As I have worked in pilot studies with numerous clients, what we found is even if you have those thoughts constantly going through your head, you don't have to actually pay attention to them and let them derail your progress. So the key to using a sound bath, might I add, it's not what you think. If you've ever participated in a sound bath or a sound healing or sound therapy, often people are thinking that these are just some pretty notes that are being played. But the reality is so much more different. Using sound baths with either Tibetan singing bowls or crystal singing bowls, what it does, each frequency, each note, what it does for you is that it actually helps your brain with a form of what's called brain entrainment. By you listening to these various notes, it slows down your brain waves. So right now, as you are talking and perhaps talking to someone or listening to me talk, your brain waves are in beta right now. But as you're drifting off to sleep at night or during the afternoon, giving you a lovely lazy weekend, it's so easy for your brain to slip from beta to alpha. And then when you drift off to sleep, and just before you wake up, your brain is in theta wave state. Theta wave state is where the magic happens. Theta wave state is where you can actually reach and access the subconscious mind. This is another reason people try diets, they try weight loss tips, they try all these different things, and it doesn't work because your conscious mind is on board. It says, yeah, let's try this. Let's try again. I'm going to try this new diet that's out. I'm going to lose 30 pounds inside of 3 months. Your conscious mind says, yeah, let's go. But your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind says, we tried this before and it didn't work out very well. So let's just not even go there. And even though your conscious mind is ready, it wants to go. But if your subconscious mind is pumping the brakes, so to speak, then you're not going to get a chance to make sustainable, healthy behaviors. And that means essentially you wind up having the story heard among friends and loved ones. I tried that. It didn't work for me. I tried that diet. It didn't work for me. I tried that workout. It didn't work for me. It's because although your conscious mind was on board, your subconscious mind was not. So if we find, and imagine what would happen if we found ways to, number one, access the subconscious mind, nudge it in the direction to embracing the healthier behaviors that we want. And number two, begin to gently prune, gently pull apart the emotional attachment that we have to our memories, as well as our lessons that we've learned in the past that did not necessarily benefit us, help raise us, and help move us in the direction that we want for this time, this place, and this phase of our lives. You see, behaviors that are not healthy for you, if you're an emotional eater, if you're a food addict that participates in food binges, if you give into food cravings more frequently than what you desire, you see, the problem is not you. You're not at fault. Let me say that again for the people in the back, and feel free to type in the chat if you have any questions whatsoever, or if a thought just occurs to you, or if you feel uncomfortable with any of your questions, feel free to go ahead and just send me a direct message below, and my number is posted there. You see, it's not your fault. If you've ever tried to lose weight, if you've ever tried to stop emotional eating, if you've ever tried to find a way to piecemeal together ways to stop food addiction, or the anxiety that comes from it, or the shame, or the fear, or the guilt, it is not your fault because you didn't have the right tools to begin with. That's the reason why nothing's working. We haven't found a way until now. We haven't found a way to access the subconscious mind to get it on board. We also haven't in the past found a way until now to prune apart, gently nudge, gently move it aside, that emotion and the lesson that you have very much latched into and buttonholed down into that behavior. But what would happen in your life if you decided to eat healthier? What would happen in your life if you decided, I'm going to eat healthier, and you found out the real reason and the root of what's blocking you? Imagine how your life would change. Imagine that not only do you find out what's really blocking you from achieving your healthier behavior, losing weight, stopping binge eating, stopping overeating. Not only do you find out what the root of that is, but you learn how to sever the neural, acoustic, and energetic connection that has really been a script that's been playing in your life, and then installing and recoding your mind to a new script. This is not woo-woo. What I'm speaking of are scientifically proven principles that with the right guide, once you're taught the right tools, they work. And it's much simpler and easier than you could have ever imagined when you have someone that is completely dedicated to you understanding your unique journey, which equals understanding your unique needs. You see, until we unlock this, any effort to change your behavior over the long haul, over the long term, it's not sustainable. And that's what I love doing in my indigenous practice that works and empowers stressed emotional eaters, food addicts, people that are looking to lose weight. I love that puzzle. That's why blanket approaches, they don't work, because they don't know you. Now, you can grab a course, you can read about calories and micros and macros. I'm also certified as a personal trainer as well, because I want to be able to give people the complete and total package: yoga, personal training, live cooking classes to take that intimidation factor down. But none of these things work until you unlock your neuroacoustic energetic code. Once you begin to understand what makes you tick, you unlock a whole new chapter of your life that you previously thought was impossible. Imagine how that would feel. The things that normally may have stressed you out, the people that normally would have stressed you out, they no longer do. Can you imagine what your life would feel like if you were able to function through these situations instead of feeling like these situations are on top of you and crushing you and dictating your behavior? Can you imagine how your life would transform? How many opportunities would open up for you? And it doesn't have to be as hard as you actually think. It's much easier when you have a guide. So if you've tried every diet and weight loss trick in the book and nothing has worked, it's not your fault. Emotional eating, it's not about willpower. Weight loss isn't about calorie counting. Good food versus bad food. Starvation and deprivation. the cake today versus vegetables and working out to burn it off. You're not alone in your struggle with emotional eating. In fact, the National Eating Disorders Association, about 20 million women and 10 million men in the United States, they have had an eating disorder at some time in their life. So if you're seriously, if you're really feeling like you're struggling alone, I want you to know that you're not. There's actually a secret weapon that can help you finally end your struggle. And that secret weapon is activated mindfulness with EFT tapping sound baths. They help you become aware of your thoughts and your emotions. And when you're in that activated mindfulness state, the thoughts and emotions and situations and the environment that normally would trigger you to binge, to overeat, to give into food cravings, you no longer do it. And you feel so good. You're feeling at peace. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the Dr. Grant Show. The Dr. Grant Show is live on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time and Saturdays at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Everyone, if you're catching this on the replay, the offer is still open. If you have any questions about anything that I'm sharing with you, don't be a stranger. Make sure to just go right ahead and reach out. Drop me a DM. My number right here is listed. And if you are a corporation, your employees, don't let them suffer trying to piecemeal all this stuff together from all these free resources that are out there. Free is nice, but it's still not getting you to where you want to go. Your employees' health, when you look at a corporate wellness program, it's about more than points for doing selected activities. That's more of a push instead of a feeling pulled, intrinsically motivated, internally motivated to participate in the behaviors. And you know what else happens? The people are freer to be more productive at work. They're freer to do their jobs even faster because they're no longer encumbered by that little nagging voice in the back of their head about the sins of the foods that they ate last night or last week. So if you guys want to reach out to me, once again, my number, it is listed below. Ways that we can work together are one-on-one approaches where we custom tailor a program for you, corporate wellness, as well as training workshops. Much love to you guys. Bye.